is powered up by
Bradshaw and Bryant Law Offices.
seeking justice for the injured.
It's the most exciting time of your life. New life. You're about to have that baby. And that jackass you got pregnant from decided to say what in the delivery room?
There are a lot of guys that just don't know delivery room etiquette. And I don't know if that's maybe our fault, ladies, that we expect too much. Mine was a perfect gentleman, did not say anything to get himself in trouble, but some guys just don't know. Some guys just maybe don't care and minimize what we're doing in there.
My youngest in a few days will turn 16, and my wife had reminded me that I had asked her what would be good for dinner when she was kind of there's like a transitional point where you're like, all right, this is starting to get real and hurting. And I was just like, she's a tough broad. She's already done this twice. No problem. Like, so I don't know if I had enough empathy, but I was like, oh, couldn't you go for some Chipotle right about now?
Probably just were annoying.
Yeah.
And then that was like the cherry.
And then she had the baby and then it was all over. So I'm assuming that's not the worst thing that's happened. Now, I know you can't say who this was, but what were the words that were said in the delivery room?
Sadly, I was not able to be there for this person when they gave birth.
Well, you're tipping it pretty heavy
and
now.
so I found out like years later, because this person was always trying to protect this other person. And I found out years later that he was standing there and he was just kind of like looking at his phone the whole time, checking the time, just annoyed, and that it was taking so long. And then he sat down mid-birth, mid-pushing, and said he was just so tired. And I was like, wow.
Dudes are the worst.
He's lucky I didn't find that out. You know, I was just like, where in your mind? Like, is that okay? It's crazy.
Ashley, how are you feeling today?
Good, you?
Good. You were in the delivery room how long ago?
June last year.
June of last year. You're sitting there. This could be the greatest moment of your life. You're about ready to usher in another human being. Legitimately one of God's greatest gifts. And they said what?
So while I was pushing for 2 hours because it was kind of a complicated labor, and he, like, you could see the head, and my husband just kind of leans over. He's like, he's not that big. Just push him out.
Oh, my God. Doesn't he know that shoulders come after the top of the head? I can't even. That's crazy.
My mouth dropped, my midwife and the nurse, they just looked at him.
Yeah.
And I just said, I'm like, you're so lucky my epidural's working great right now or I'd kill you.
Yes. Like, it is like, if you have nothing to say, isn't that the rule that we learned when we're 2 years old? If you have nothing to say, don't say anything at all.
I'm not standing up for your husband because that was a stupid thing to say, but
here's the BUT.
But we go in very unprepared in this situation. I'm assuming your husband probably didn't have like a whole lot of other people he'd been around. Like, there's something I think that's instinctual and put into a female's genes where you're going to be a birth giver. You're going to help continue to move the population along. You're going to want to be part of a family thing. Guys don't necessarily have that strong of a gene, so when we get put in that situation, we get a little panicky.
You know what I wish? I wish there were classes that you can take before birth. I wish they offered that. They should.
And did he show any remorse at all, Ashley, for this idiot saying?
Well, so the very next push, he came out and
see, he was right.
He just and he just looked and he's like, "Oh, he's a lot bigger than I thought. It's like a carrot. You just see the top and you pull it out, and there's so much more."
Good
and
analogy.
We all started laughing. I was like, "Okay, honey."
Wow.
So I told him with this next one, he's not allowed to say anything stupid.
Okay.
He didn't say anything dumb like after the birth, right? Like, can't you make more milk? What's wrong with you?
No, or put another stitch in there.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't one of those guys,
God.
was he?
No,
Okay,
he was he just thought he just kept bringing up a carrot like for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right. And everything's all good, though? It's good to laugh about it now because he's still a big idiot?
Oh, yeah. and then we're expecting our next one here in a couple months.
Wow.
So
13 months
you'll be,
later?
Congratulations.
Oh,
yep.
girl.
So we'll see how. I tell him, I was like, you're not allowed to be on your phone,
Yep.
and I don't want to hear any comments, but just push them out.
Now, Ashley, at the point when you guys were like at the altar and you're like, I'm going to marry this man and spend the rest of my life with him, did you have to think that you were going to have to put together a laundry list of things he could and could not do in your delivery room?
Yes.
Oh, you did? You knew this going
I
in?
warned him. Yes, and I worked there, so they're all my coworkers.
Oh,
even.
no.
And I warned them. I was like, he's going to say something stupid. I was like, I know he is, and sure enough.
You
Well-
know that spread like wildfire. But I'm glad that you brought this one up. We can just add it to the list of any guy that's expecting a baby right now. Do not say that.
Understand, Ashley, the very specific task you hold by having an idiot man in your life and being able to bring him along, because guys like myself and your husband won't be able to survive on our own. So you're doing the whole human race a giant justice by being you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Good luck with baby number 2. Have a great morning.
Thanks, you too.
The dumb things men have said in the delivery room.